And welcome back to another episode of Geek with Glasses Live. Today I've got a quick tip video for you. Today I want to show you how you're going to use Final Cut Pro 10 to export your single channel or mono sound to dual channel, or you could call it stereo sound, but it's not truly stereo. It's called dual mono. So in other words, anytime you import a clip or play a clip that you recorded with a lav mic, let's say, plugged into a camcorder or into a computer, you're only going to get single audio. As you can see in the middle of the screen here, I've only got audio on the left-hand channel. So we don't want that when we export our final project. We don't want it to only play audio out of one speaker from our computer or our headphones or whatnot. So we definitely want to export this to dual channel. And things have changed a little bit for those of you who may be using Final Cut Pro 10 and you've upgraded from iMovie. I actually did a video back in 2009. I called it iMovie 09 Mono Audio How-To, and this was in a direct response to my Audio Technica review of a lav mic that I purchased for doing my podcasts and doing my videos. So if you may be familiar with the way you did it in iMovie and in Final Cut Pro 7, you could either change the properties of the clip in Final Cut Pro 7, or you could do it during the export. And you would remember you did an export using QuickTime, and then you would come up here and select under the audio options, and you would change the audio options from stereo to mono, and it would export it mono, which would dub it on both channels. And that's how we used to do it with iMovie and with Final Cut Pro 7. Well, things have changed a little bit in Final Cut Pro 10. We no longer have the export using QuickTime, as you can see here. So let me quickly show you how you'll change the properties of your actual video clip and then export that out. So let's just quickly go in here and let's set an input, an in point and an out point to our video. Actually, let's make it a little bit smaller. We'll drag that down to our timeline, and then let's say we also have another clip from the same video or another video that also has, you know, single channel or mono sound, which this is a video that I did on the Harmony remote. And you'll notice if I play this back, you're going to only see audio in the left channel in both of these clips, and that's because I recorded it with a lav mic. So the quickest way you can do this, you can do it individual clips, or you can do all the clips in your timeline by hitting Control-A and selecting them all. And what you'll want to do is bring up your inspector window, and you can get to the inspector window by going to window and then go to inspector, and it'll bring it up over here on the right hand side, and you'll click on audio for that clip, and you'll notice here that it says stereo. It's default to stereo. It's actually default to whatever you last exported. So what you're going to want to do is change this to dual mono. It's as simple as that. Now you'll notice we have two audio tracks here, and we could actually listen to the individual audio tracks. And then you'll come down here, and if we hit the play button and start playback on the video, you'll notice now we have audio coming out of both the left and right channels, which is going to produce sound in both our left and right speakers when we export our project. So that's how you do things a little bit differently with Final Cut Pro 10. For those of you who've done that upgrade from iMovie and were trying to figure out how to do this, I wanted to make it clear. I know that I was using iMovie quite a bit, and I've decided to make the jump and use Final Cut Pro 10. I know some of you out there are calling it iMovie Professional or Final Cut Pro 10. I know it's there's lots of debates on the professionalism of the software. I'm definitely liking it for what I do. I'm not a professional video editor. I don't do this for a living, so I think Final Cut Pro 10 gives me a lot more option and a lot more capability than iMovie 11 had. So I'm actually a pretty big fan of Final Cut Pro 10. So anyways, just wanted to do the quick tip. Thanks again for watching. As always, twitter.com/geekwithglasses and facebook.com/geekwithglasses. And as I get a little bit more accustomed to using Final Cut, maybe I'll do a few more quick tips and do a little bit of a pros and cons to, I've used iMovie, I've used Final Cut Pro 7, and now I'm using Final Cut Pro 10, so maybe I'll do some additional videos to talk about the differences in the future. But this will definitely get you back on track so that you can export those audio tracks that are a mono source and export them or change the properties so that they come out of both channels, dual mono. So again, it's in the inspector window under the audio tab, and you'll just select dual mono when you're editing your clip before you do your export. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.